single again. My pockets would jingle again. I wish I was single, my pockets would jingle. I wish I was single again. We left our wives at home. We left our wives at home. We left our wives with 5 other guys. Yes, we left our wives at home. We hope they had a darn good time. We hope they had a darn good time. We left our wives with 5 other guys. Yes, we left our wives at home. I was single again. My pockets would jingle again. I wish I was single. My pockets would jingle. I wish I was single again. Yi-yi-yi-yo.
World I almost regret that you have to listen to me instead of that music. I really like that liveliness. Friends who are gathered here in the Moose Jaw Funeral Home Chapel, and those of you who are connecting with us online, I want to say welcome and thank you. You're taking time from other things that may have been pressing for you today, and here you are, gathered to remember a wonderful and good man and to support his family. It means a great deal. I've been asked time and time again, what can I do for the family? And this is the first thing I recommend. Just be there. Your presence is a present. And I really thank you all for being here today to celebrate the life of Donald Murray Storry. I promise you, by the way, I think that'll be the last time I use that name. Instead, I've been instructed, it's Donnie. Most of you will know him that way. Just a couple of really quick announcements. A reminder, if you haven't already done so, to turn off cell phones or put them on silent. I would also encourage every one of you to plan to remain after our brief ceremony here as we move across to the Harvey Room for a time of refreshment and fellowship. I have said this many times before, but let me repeat it. I know that in here, we just begin the celebration. 10 minutes after we're in the Harvey Room, a cup of coffee, maybe a little bit of lunch in our hands, perhaps sitting at the table or standing with someone, just the wonderful sharing of memories, the laughter, which is perfectly fine, by the way, maybe tears, which is perfectly fine, by the way. I think that we just need to remember we're in a safe space, and the celebration over there will refresh and feed us and support the family. For those of you who might like to make a donation to a charity of your choice in Donnie's name, the family would very, very much appreciate that. If you need help determining how to get the donations delivered, please feel free to speak to me or any of the funeral home staff here today. I had a reading for us to use today, just to focus. I have no doubt that many of you are feeling just a little bit of anxiety. We come to a place like this at a time like this, and somehow we just find ourselves feeling a little bit anxious or on edge. Please relax. Take a good deep breath and let it out. Breathe in strength and confidence. I know that you are going to, well, I shouldn't say I know. I hope you are going to enjoy this celebration today. As I said, I had a reading that I was going to use for this purpose. And last evening when I was putting the final touches on what we were going to do and say this afternoon, I thought, I think maybe I'll change it. What I had chosen, all of you have seen, if you've looked at the memorial card, it's the Farmer's Creed, which is on the back of the memorial card. I did not know that last night. I didn't know it until this morning, but I just felt, well, let's something a little different from that. And I'm glad, because you can read that yourself. If you find yourself being bored when I'm talking, go ahead, read it. It'll be good for you. But listen to this. This is an anonymous writing. It's a reflection on an autumn day. I took up a handful of grain and let it slip through my fingers. And I said to myself, this is what it's all about. There is no longer any room for pretense. At harvest time, the essence is revealed. The straw and the chaff are set aside. They have done their job. The grain alone matters. Sacks of pure gold. So it is when a person dies. The essence of that person is revealed. At the moment of death, a person's character stands out. Happy for the person who has forged it well over the years. Then it will be not the great achievement that will matter, nor how much money or possessions a person has amassed. These, like the straw and the chaff, will be left behind. It is what he has made of himself that will matter. Death can take away from us what we have, but it cannot rob us of who we are. I thought that that was particularly appropriate for Donnie. Although I did not know him well, and I understand that, and all of you in this room know him better than I do, but as I listened to what his family was saying about him, I got the impression that the word humble in its proper meaning would probably fit Donnie perfectly. Oh, humble does not mean that he had no pride in himself. It does not mean that there's anything wrong. It just means, well, it means that he had found his place in the world and was content there. I hope that's true for all of us, especially as we get older. I'm approaching Donnie's age, and as I get higher in the number of years, I find myself being much more aware of the things that truly matter. To Donnie, things like family, especially family. His stewardship of the land. He took pride in being a farmer, not just because he was successful, although that's true. And as a certified organic farmer, that takes work. I'm not a farmer, but I have a very good friend who's a certified organic farmer. And I know what extra effort it takes for the husbandman of the land to be able to carry that title with pride. A humble person, like Donnie, could carry that label, that name, with pride. I won't attempt to construct a picture of Donnie for you because there's a microphone over there, and if I took it and went one by one to each of you, you would immediately be able to tell me about the Donnie you know, about the family of Donnie that you know. And I hear 100, 150 different images. I get that many different pictures of Donnie. That's how we all are. It depends on how our lives intersect with one another. Well, I can't do that. I'm very sorry. But when you get across for the Harvey Room, remember, a cup of coffee, that can lubricate your conversation, and you can share those stories. But we're going to take time to listen to somebody, well, two somebodies, I'll tell you about that in a minute, who are going to share from their hearts about Donnie. We're going to see a slideshow. Pictures tell so much about us, and especially those candid photographs that are taken often without us being aware. Oh, look at the face of the person, and you'll see what that person is all about. And then we're going to give a blessing to Donnie as he moves from us to what's beyond his next step. So before we do anything else, let me tell you the tribute was written by Corby McNally, nephew, the best looking nephew, he told me. I'm just saying. And it will be delivered by Toby Bickham, who says he may not be the best looking nephew, just simply the greatest man alive. Toby, would you come and share with us, please?
Well, first off, thanks, Dave, for that warm introduction here. Hello, everybody. My name is Toby Bickham, and I want to thank everybody for coming out to celebrate the life of Donnie Storry today, or Uncle Donnie, as he's known to me. When I was asked to speak today, without hesitation, I agreed. It's an absolute honor to be able to speak and to commemorate Donnie's life today. Thank you, Maureen, for giving me the opportunity, and thank you, Corby, for writing these kind words. Donnie was born in Moose Jaw General Hospital on July 2nd, 1941, to Bruce and Sadie Storry. Donnie was raised on the family farm in the Sunset District of southwest of Findlater, Saskatchewan. Donnie had a younger sister named Twyla, and they had a wonderful sibling relationship. But Donnie and Twyla had a constant disagreement about how Twyla fell out of the hayloft. Donnie's version was that she wasn't paying attention and she fell down herself. Twyla's version's quite different. She thinks Donnie pushed her. That argument went on for about 50 years, and now I guess we will never know the truth. Donnie was a farmer his whole life. He worked alongside his dad, Bruce, to operate the farm and raise cattle. Somewhere in there, they even had chickens and pigs. Donnie took over the farm in the 80s, and during the time, the cattle were sold. And the Donnie's focus turned to grain. He identified his land by using the names of people that used to farm the land, such as Toppings Land, Guns, Sellingers, or by their location, the home quarter, the old pasture, or north of the old pasture. But also sometimes by quality of land, like Hell's Half Acre. We all know that didn't produce well. Donnie was very partial to case equipment. He did dabble in some New Holland or some Gleaner once there, but always came back to the old Case IH. He always said John Deere just cost too much for the green paint. Donnie was always ready to help out any neighbors when they needed help. He was literally the kind of guy that would give you the shirt off his back. Donnie had this colored bubble material button-up shirt, and when Casey Bickham, my brother, was young, he would constantly ask Donnie to leave him that shirt when he died. Just put it in the will, Donnie said, or Casey said. And this banter went on for a long time. And when Casey graduated SciAst, Donnie came over with his graduation gift wrapped up. And you guess it was the shirt. Casey opened it up, and there was his precious shirt. And Casey wore this shirt often and with pride. Maybe because it was Donnie's more than the style. Casey, could you stand up? He's wearing the shirt today. I think Donnie wore it better. Donnie loved to tease anyone and everybody all day. I'm pretty sure if you asked any of the Wall boys, they would tell you all about it, or you can just ask Debbie Wall. He used to call Lena Johnson Shorty, so much that if he didn't greet her by this name, she would be questioning, why aren't you calling me Shorty? Donnie would also drink out of her one special cup every time he visited the house. Donnie also enjoyed terrorizing Cade from when he was a baby right up to a couple days before he passed. As annoying as it was, this will be greatly missed. Donnie was also a connoisseur of fine foods. On the farm, he dined on only the finest of Kellogg's Corn Pops for breakfast. A slice of white bread with butter would be lunch, and a spoonful of sugar for dessert. And the tea must be Tetley. We are not drinking that red rose swill. And Donnie always had that sense of humor. Every time he ordered eggs in the restaurant, the server would ask him how he wanted it done. And Donnie always answered, cook, then would give the smirk that Donnie's known for, then ask for them over easy. When Donnie turned 65, Eldon Bickham, my father, told him that he would have to start voting NDP now because they take care of seniors. Eldon found an NDP sign on somebody's yard, and he ended up borrowing it and placed it delicately on Donnie's yard for everyone to see as they drove past. Fortunately, Donnie didn't notice this for quite some time, so everyone would stop by and ask Donnie how his NDP support was going and how his best buddy Lauren Calvert was doing. They were not best friends. Donnie was described as the poster boy for a stress-free lifestyle, except for when watching the news, when they talked about federal politics, provincial politics, gas prices, or grain prices. Those got Donnie going. Donnie was always telling stories about the old neighbors from around his farm. He was always interested in the history of Moose Jaw and the area around Findlater where he grew up. Donnie, though he was calm, sometimes he did get a bit grumpy when he had to fix the machinery especially. And Corby didn't help these matters out too much the first time he did harrowing one spring. Donnie, he made it clear to Corby to steer clear of the rock piles, but Corby, he figured he could fit that 60-foot harrow through that 45-foot gap between the fence line and the rock pile. The harrows did hold together until the end of the field and then fell apart. But this was really an opportunity. Donnie had an opportunity to improve his welding that day. Donnie met Maureen and they got married in 2007. This introduced even a larger family to Donnie, who loved visiting with people. Donnie relished in having cousins and friends that he could talk to and keep in touch with. This also meant there'd be a lot more people to tease and joke with as well. Donnie and Maureen also became travelers now. They visited Hawaii, they traveled to Mexico, and they spent some time in Arizona, as well as an Alaskan cruise. These trips, I imagine, were probably more fun than the trips Donnie used to have, driving around Saskatchewan to old implement wreckers and looking for combine parts, or the old Alice Chalmers tractor. Donnie enjoyed hosting and visiting at the Wall family reunions, where again he could pick up where he left off by harassing the cousins. Donnie and Maureen would host the family Christmas Eve supper at their house, and even the last few years when they started to hurt more and started to feel their age, they still put on a magnificent spread for the family to enjoy. And anytime anyone came to visit, the coffee pot would be on, then the kettle would be boiled, and the conversation would flow, just so long as he didn't talk about the NDP party. Don is predeceased by his parents Bruce and Sadie, mother-in-law Melva Akins, sister Twyla McNally, brother-in-law Raymond McNally, and brother-in-law Victor Johnson. Donnie's memory will be kept alive by his wife Maureen, stepsons Tim Enns and son Alex and Katie, Trevor and Wendy Enns and their children Kyle and Kara, Troy and Anita Enns, his sister-in-law Dee Dee Johnson and her daughters Darian and Lena, Shorty, brother-in-laws Terry and Fran Akins and family, and Kelly and Helene Akins and family. His niece Shalane and her son Cade, and his nephew, the best-looking one, Corby, Laura McNally, and children Dawson, Colby, and Cullen. I will personally always remember Uncle Donnie as someone that was always there for us, helping out on our farm, or we would go help out on his. It was really a family affair with Donnie. He was also a calming presence. He never got too worked up and always would give you a little joke followed by a signature smirk and his chuckle. His calm demeanor was also very welcomed, as it really helped out the chaos that was the Beckham family. So we always appreciate him for that. Though Uncle Donnie's passing was unexpected and quick, the impact he had on all of our lives will be forever. And I want to thank the family again for allowing me to be there one more time for Uncle Donnie today, as he was always there for us. We will love you always, and we will miss you dearly. Thank you.
Well, now I'm relaxed. Oh, my goodness. Thank you very much, Toby and Corby. Don't you think they did a great job? Yeah, they did. You know, when you do a good job, there should be some sign of it. So I'm going to ask you to do something that you might have to relax into, since this is a life celebration. Let's thank them this way. It was well written, it was well delivered, and it was heartfelt. Thank you so much. I said that we were going to take some time to watch a slideshow. As we watch it, maybe you'll see yourself. Maybe you'll remember one of the situations. Whatever happens, again, please sit back and relax and enjoy the show.
Dusty old farmer out working your field, hanging down over your tractor wheel. The sun beating down turned the red paint to orange, and rusty old patches of steel. There's no farmer songs on that car radio, just cowboys, truck drivers, and pain. Well, this is my way to say thanks for the meal, and I hope there's no shortage of rain. Straw hat and old dirty hankies, mopping a face like a shoe. Thanks for the meal, here's a song that is real, from a kid from the city to you. Straw hat and old dirty hankies, mopping a face like a shoe. Thanks for the meal, here's a song that is real, from a kid from the city to you. Though the combines gang up and take most of the bread, things just ain't like they used to be. Though your kids are out after the American dream, and they're working in big factories. If I come by when you're out in the sun, can I wave at you just like a friend? These days when everyone's taking so much, there's somebody giving back in. hankies, mopping the face like a shoe. Thanks for the meal, here's a song that is real, from a kid from the city to you. Straw hat and old dirty hankies, mopping the face like a shoe. Thanks for the meal, here's a song that is real, from a kid from the city to you.
I came from the city many months ago, sold most everything and it gave me quite a stake, you know. I bought myself a section of the finest farming land, but how they make a fortune I don't understand. I bought new machinery, the very best of seeds, but always buying new parts and half me crop is weeds. The weasel took me chickens while parsnip killed me cow. The wife went home, the mother, and the blackguard got me sow. I'm a poor, poor farmer, what am I gonna do? A poor, poor farmer full of rabbit stew. A poor, poor farmer always on the go, praying to get my farm work caught up before the snow. The rabbits ate me garden, the hail took all me wheat. It seems I'm working round the clock, I'm really getting beat. Grasshoppers came the other day just like a million goats. Before I knew just what to do, they cut down all me oats. Well, I loaded up with grass seed and started off to town. Seems like every mile I made, the price kept going down. The most of it was stockage from wild oats to flax, and when we come to settle up, I owed 'em for the sacks. I'm a poor, poor farmer, what am I gonna do? A poor, poor farmer full of rabbit stew. A poor, poor farmer always on the go, praying to get my farm work caught up before the snow. I woke up this morning feeling mighty low. I gazed upon the potato field all covered up with snow. First me wheat and then me oats, and now me spuds are gone. The grub box is empty, how will I carry on? But still I got my freedom, my credit rating is high. Don't have to pack a lunchbox or heed the whistles cry. I'll always be a farmer, don't care about a thing. And if I can get the tractor fixed, I'll combine in the spring. I'm a poor, poor farmer, and I'll always be a poor, poor farmer, 'cause farming is for me. I'd rather be the farmer, 'cause farming's what I love. And I'll still be a farmer up in the land above. I'm a poor, poor farmer, what am I gonna do? A poor, poor farmer, I'm full of rabbit stew. A poor, poor farmer, always on the go, praying to get me farm work caught up before the snow. And that's the way a poor, poor farmer's life must go.
When we dance together, my world's in disguise. It's a fairyland tale that's come true. And when you look at me with those stars in your eyes, I could waltz across Texas with you. Waltz across Texas with you in my arms. Waltz across Texas with you. Like a storybook ending, I'm lost in your charms, and I could waltz across Texas with you. Oh, buddy, now. And Leon. My heartaches and troubles are just up and gone. The moment that you come in view, and with your hand in mine, dear, I could dance on and I could waltz across Texas with you. Waltz across Texas with you in my arms. Waltz across Texas with you. Like a storybook ending, I'm lost in your charms, and I could waltz across Texas with you.
A long time ago when the earth was green and there was more kinds of animals than you'd ever seen, they'd run around free while the earth was being born. But the loveliest of them all was the unicorn. There was green alligators and long-necked geese, some humpty-backed camels and some chimpanzees, some cats and rats and elephants, but sure as you're born, the loveliest of all was the unicorn. Now God seen some sinning, and it gave him pain, and he says, stand back, I'm going to make it rain. He says, hey brother Noah, I'll tell you what to do. Build me a floating zoo, and take some of them green alligators and long-necked geese, some humpty-backed camels and some chimpanzees, some cats and rats and elephants, but sure as you're born, don't you forget my unicorn. Old Noah was there to answer the call. He finished up making the ark just as the rain started falling. He marched in the animals 2 by 2, and he called out as they went through, hey Lord, I got you green alligators and long-necked geese, some humpty-backed camels and some chimpanzees, some cats and rats and elephants, but Lord, I'm so forlorn, I just can't see no unicorn. Then Noah looked out through the driving rain. Them unicorns were hiding, playing silly games, kicking and splashing while the rain was pouring. Oh, them silly unicorns. There was green alligators and long-necked geese, some humpty-backed camels and some chimpanzees. Noah cried, close the door, 'cause the rain is pouring, and we just can't wait for no unicorn. The ark started moving, it drifted with the tide. Them unicorns looked up from the rocks and they cried, and the waters came down and sort of floated them away. And that's why you never seen a unicorn to this very day. You'll see green alligators and long-necked geese, some humpty-backed camels and some chimpanzees, some cats and rats and elephants, but sure as you're born, you're never gonna see no unicorn.
Have passed by since I stood side by side with an old friend and sang out a song. A good friend to me, and man could we sing, we'd harmonize all night long. We played every hall We'd been through it all. I remember the good times we shared. Before the memory fades, and for old time's sake, let's get together and sing one more song.
Time sure did fly since you and I got together and sang out a song. Songs that were sung when we were young. Bring back some good memories. So I'll take the lead and you follow me, just like we did way back then. Before the memory fades, and for old time's sake, let's get together and sing one more song.
We had a style that would make people smile, or we'd bring a tear to their eyes.
Those days are gone, but the memory...
Did you notice his his open affection for children, for animals? I understand that Blue Heeler is the right dog for you. I've never seen any of those pictures until this moment, and I was so impressed with the way he came alive in them. I want to thank his family for taking the time to assemble those pictures and to give us this peek into Donnie's life. In just a very few moments, we're going to conclude here and move across to the Harvey route. Before we go, I'm going to speak a blessing on Donnie. And while it is not exactly a prayer, I'd appreciate it if you would just close your eyes and let your mind take hold of that picture of Donnie as I speak this blessing on him for all of us. Donnie, we offer you our blessing on your way into this new life, this new existence, this new plane that you're experiencing right now. You've been a source of happiness and laughter. You've taught us lessons about hard work and loyalty and love. You have stood by all of us in the good times and the not so good times. Oh, you've been a true friend, a good husband, stepfather, grandfather, uncle, brother. We've listened to your jokes and heard your quiet words of wisdom. Always, always, we have felt and known your love and support for us. We were not ready for you to leave us, and our hearts are broken still because it all happened so quickly. We wouldn't and didn't want you to leave. But even more so, we did not want you to suffer. So it's with difficulty that we do this, but here we lift you in our hands. In our mind's eye, we are lifting you toward God. And as we lift you, we see God's hands coming down, wrapping them around and under you, and lifting you into His care and into His hands for eternity. We know there are many people waiting to greet you and to welcome you home. In turn, we know that you will welcome us home when our time has come. So be blessed in all you see and do there, Donnie. Dance, laugh, count the stars. Be happy. May you go in peace. And now to you, those who have gathered. You can shed tears because he is gone, or you can smile because he has lived. You can close your eyes and pray he will come back, or you can open your eyes and see all that he left for you. Your heart can be empty because you can't see him, or you can be full of the love you shared. You can turn your back on tomorrow and live yesterday, or you can be happy for tomorrow because of yesterday. You can remember only that he is gone, or you can cherish his memory and let it live on. You can cry and close your mind and feel empty, or you can do what he would want, which is this. Smile, open your heart, love, and go on. And may you indeed go in peace. I would invite you to stand, please.